How you doing? Big 1030. Okay, Victor. Player of the year, Cassius Winston. Cassius, bro, say what's up. What's good with you, bro?
What up, though? What are you doing?
I'm just trying to say what's up to my little brother.
Who gave this man a camera?
Bro, we're vlogging, bro. She's Spartan Nation. We're having a great time on the bus. We're about to do some big things in Chicago this weekend. We're ready. You ready to play this weekend, bro?
Yeah.
What's your goals for this weekend?
Just to win the whole thing.
Really? You about to get people work?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
You gonna put some in a blender?
I'm gonna try.
Coach, let me get a shout out for Spartan Nation.
Yeah, hi Spartan Nation, how you doing, man?
I wasn't the person to have all the new clothes and new shoes, and I wasn't the person that would go out to eat. Like, you know how families and stuff like go to McDonald's and things like that. We never really did that when I was younger. We always cooked, or my grandparents always cooked. We never spent money on things that wasn't really necessary. I'd say like I was an unwealthy kid growing up. I didn't have the things that a lot of kids have. But I know I had two parents that always loved me and two brothers that always be there for me.
Basketball, that's what we did. That's all we did every day. Come home from school, eat, probably go around the corner to my friend's house around the corner and play basketball till probably 9 o'clock, come back, eat. That'd be it every day, every single day.
My son, Charles Terry Brown, he was also a basketball player. He played at Belleville School, and he brought both of his boys, Gabe's brother, Nick, who also played at the school, and over the years, they competed together in terms of playing basketball, and that's what they wanted to do all their life.
He influenced me. He's the man that's making this all happen right now. Growing up, he pushed me to be the best I could be. My dad used to be a janitor growing up. He worked at South Middle School, and he coached there too. So all my brothers played there. So growing up, that's where I always be, working out, playing with him, playing with my brothers, just really becoming the best basketball player I could be. We really couldn't afford to go to like rec centers and things like that. So South Middle School was everything to me. That's still my home right now. So he influenced me very well. He put all the tools that he had and put it into me and my brothers.
I didn't really realize that Charlie had a son until, oh boy, I bet you Gabe was maybe 8th or 9th grade. And he informed me that he had a son, and his dad was a pretty good shooter himself, so it doesn't surprise me that Gabe can shoot the ball too. And you know, at that time I would just chat with him a little bit, and you know, I would just tell Charlie, hey, you know, stay with your son, stick with him, you know, teach him, you know, don't force him, let him love the game, you know, don't force the game on him. And his dad did a magnificent job with him in that regard.
The one thing he told me was he knew out of all my brothers that I could be the one that could make a difference and change my family situation, which one day I probably still can. He always told me I'll be the one to make it to the NBA and buy him a house, buy my brother a house, and just support the family. And I still believe that to this day.
Charlie was my son. He was a hard-working individual. He got a job at the Ford Motor Company. And of course, he didn't like that too well, and he kept looking for something else. So he finally got a job at the Belleville school system, and that's what he loved, and he thrived doing that. He was very happy with what he was doing. They really loved him, and the kids especially. That's all they talked about was Charlie. They called him Charlie Brown. That's what they called him, Charlie Brown. And he loved what he was doing at the school.
It was tough. It's just different, you know, growing up, just always having, you know, your dad there or whoever there, and just one day it just totally changed. So it was kind of just like when he went to the hospital, it was just like, it's hard to explain. It was just like, let's just keep, you know, trying to push through. Hopefully, you know, it'll get better.
Yeah, it was real hard for me and my brother, going to see him every day, him hooked up to a machine, and doctors telling you that he's not getting better. All we can do is just pray. All we can do is just be by his side. But that's probably the hardest thing I ever went through as a person. My dad, even when he was hospitalized, he used to wipe me and my brother's tears off. And for him to do that and still like have a stroke or still trying to recover from a stroke is probably one of the greatest memories that I got. Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing I ever went through in my life. No matter what basketball or what my brothers have done to me or fights or anything, that's up there. That one hits the heart every time.
Well, we all were suffering. He had a very difficult time adjusting to what had happened, and of course, we took him under our wings, and we took up all the responsibility that his father was in the hospital for 8 months before he finally succumbed, and during that period, we took care of him, made sure he went to school. But in terms of the mental situation was very, very difficult.
When my dad passed away, I used to go through a depression problem. So I used to get down on myself a lot. Like, I used to cry a lot. I used to, like, when I played basketball, after every game that I lost, I'd cry, like just cry. I used to sit in my room and I got his obituary, like the book. I got his obituary hanging up on my wall. And like every time I would look at it, I'd break down crying, or I just have to go to sleep or something because I can't look at it. When he passed away, I felt the game left me too. I felt everything left me. I felt everybody left me. I felt the man that I only do it for, only play for, left me. So when he left, I almost quit. I didn't feel no reason to play no more until my brother got me back in the gym.
I just told him, you know, that's what we've been doing for a while, to stay positive, you know, keep going. And he's been working so hard to be a good basketball player. My dad put a lot of work into I put a lot of work into us, all of us, you know, being together, being good basketball players, and just, you know, keep pushing, keep going through, and good things will happen for you. And, you know, may to keep his memory living on, and good things will happen to you.
Charlie and I would talk quite a bit when I was the head basketball coach there, and he was around my kids and our program a lot. And, you know, when kids would get out of line or something, he would always say something to them, and he just really liked the way that our program went. And then when I came to Michigan State, you know, Coach Izzo and I being so close, and our values and the way we do things are so similar to one another, that he always wanted Gabe in this situation, and it was his dream that his son play here at Michigan State. So when he passed away, you know, everything was already set for him to make that transition to come here. It's unfortunate that his dad never had the opportunity to watch him play. But I like to think that his dad is watching.
McQuaid up ahead. Brown, first basket in a Michigan State uniform for the freshman Gabe Brown. Chases it down. Good kick out. Here is Gabe Brown. He's at the distance.
A sweet stroke for Gabe Brown.
And another timeout. Tom Izzo, a lot of people would say, and for Michigan State, it's business as usual this time of the year, but that's really on the surface, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a special opportunity for Tom Izzo and this Michigan State team. No surprise to see them at the top of the Big Ten standings in March. But for Tom Izzo, 599 in terms of career wins, going for 600. This would be special because of the way they've had to reinvent themselves to get here.
Goins takes a look. He's going to drive it, going to get a shot in the air. He did in time, and he hit it on the spin move. Instead of the give inside the lane, heavy traffic, and he made it anyway. 4-2.
That's such a tough finish.
Great ball movement. Moyer is open for three.
Tough offensive lineup for Michigan State right now. No real post presence.
The freshman from Clarkston, Michigan, has been the story for the Spartans in the first half. Foster Moyer with it, the man of the hour for Michigan State. And with all their stars, he has shown the brightest. He'll fire it up again. There's another one. This time a two-point. Winston turns, fires. Got hit, and he made the three-pointer as well. Looking for a 4-point play. Cassius Winston. And now the Spartans are really rolling. Michigan State pulls it out, 77-70. And for Tom Izzo's 600 career wins, Michigan State advancing to Big Ten tournament semifinals with a victory over the Buckeyes.
It's about execution. It comes down to do the little things, your job, to make sure, okay, that we control what we can control. We cool on that? Yes, sir. All right.
To Jim's point, and this kid's been really shooting the ball well too. McQuaid and then Texas. Ward, look at that touch. Ooh, soft delivery. The big fella's back.
What a start, though. 20-6. Just 7 minutes in. Kicks it back out, swing it around. Launching three, yes, Henry. And now with the largest lead at 13.
Watch the wing.
He likes this shot. McQuaid hits it.
Winston, look. He's his points over. He knew.
Great bloody ball inside, high-low action.
And what a great seal underneath.
It's never in doubt outcome in some ways. The way Michigan State started this game. Comfortable win at 67-55. Michigan State to the Big Ten championship game.
Now you got to rally together now. Everybody together. Don't worry about your phones. Don't worry about anything else. Focus on the game and let's get after it.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3.
Family.
Good job, y'all. Way to work, y'all. Way to work.
He's not a hardened kid. He's an appreciative kid. He's a kid that gets it. You know, he's trying to learn. He got raised by his brother a lot. He's just trying to figure things out. But you know what? He has elephant ears. And I think because of that, he too is getting better. He's starting to understand. And I think the guy that's helped him a lot has been Joshua Langford. He lives with Josh. Josh is such an incredible human being that he really talked a lot with him. He tries to help mentor Gabe. And Gabe is going to get better because he has a passion for the game. He has a purpose for playing like nobody else's, his father. And I think he has an appreciation for Michigan State. You put those three things together, that's a good combination.
I remember when I was about, I think 14, I was sitting in my room. I think he just got done watching the Michigan State basketball game. And he came in my room and told me, he said, "Gabe, I want you to go there. I want you to play for Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo is one of the greatest coaches in basketball." And that always stuck in my mind. That's where I always wanted to go. So with him saying that, I worked day in, day out just to get here. And Michigan State is probably one of the greatest changes of my life.
The biggest thing, and I've told him this, the biggest thing for me is to see him live out his dream, which is to play championship basketball here at Michigan State, and then one day possibly become a pro. And for me, that would be the greatest thing that I could give back, that I had a hand in helping him to do that I could give back to Charlie, his dad, and to their family.
That was kind of something between him and his father. And when you have something like that between you and your father, and then you lose your father, you hang on to that. And so I feel like I have an obligation too. I have an obligation to make sure that his dreams and goals and what he told his father and what his father told him come true. So I'm all in on this deal. And because of that, I'm not worried about Gabe failing. It's just a matter of how fast he has success.
They're trying to get it in. Here comes that double team very quickly. Shot clock down to 5. Ward passes out of it. Good.
I gotta tell you, Coach Izzo gives you information. Like, he told us Gabe Brown was going to have an impact at some point soon, and Gabe Brown hit a couple threes against Louisville, and it's a really good shooter, and there he is.
How I got through it was I had my family and everybody there to support me, but I told myself in my mind that I know I got to get to the NBA. I know I got to get to Michigan State. I know I got to do the things that he always told me that he wanted me to do. I mean, growing up, he didn't give me individual goals that I knew I had to live up to, like getting to the NBA, playing for Michigan State. Just that was the main two that always stuck in the back of my mind. I told myself, I can't fail. I can't be a failure in this society that we have now. If it's somebody that's going through this right now, I say keep their head up, because you don't know what can happen.
Last thing, championship games. Turnovers are always a key. Toughest team who wants it the most usually wins. Make sure that's us.
Michigan State for the Big Ten championship. And here's Ward. You said so dangerous in the low post.
Luxury comes out. He does have a counter now. Last year he didn't have that little move.
On the floor for Michigan for the first time. Oh, Arns comes right off the bench. Buries a 3. The season, 15 points a game he averaged before with injury. And look at Winston with a 3.
Well, John Beilein was saying the problem with him is he makes threes. You can't.
Simpson off the floor, looking around. Nice pass to Poole. He's got another assist in this tournament.
When you make a mistake, they can turn it up.
Simpson.
Oh, clever he is.
Last 8 points to Michigan.
Sort of a settle by him. Didn't hurt an ankle.
That'd be Arns.
It's Arns. Oh my God! What he turns it. Yeah. Oh goodness!
The bond, the brotherhood that exists on the team, and to see one man go down, and everyone feels that.
So much depth, character, that guy.
McQuaid comes out of the break and hits a 3.
I was curious to see how they would respond.
Us too, but this team is all about mental and emotional toughness.
McQuaid left alone. Wow, can't do that. We reach halftime in the Big Ten championship, and the Wolverines are 8 in front. Henry on the dribble drive.
How about the freeze with the ball? Nice pass.
Great catch.
Oh, McQuaid. Basket counts. He's going to be joining his teammates on the bench. Those wins by the Spartans, second half comebacks. McQuaid.
You can't overhelp like that.
Take it away. The basket counts. 15-5 run by Michigan State.
Arns celebrating, not feeling sorry for himself, but on the bench supporting his teammates.
5 to shoot. Livers trying to stay right with him. Tough shot.
This has turned into a classic, isn't it? Michigan State is only 2 fouls. Nice look by
Simpson to Teskey.
A little eye contact there between Simpson and Teskey.
McQuaid.
Sticking it big time. How about end up with a nice little lob.
Right underneath. Tillman ties it at 60. Here he's driving in. Zesky defending. Oh, somehow it goes. Looked like it was going to rim out.
It's Cassius Winston putting this team on his back.
Boy, a gutsy effort by them, though.
3 matchups, 3 second-half comebacks against Michigan this year.
They are so tough mentally. I mean, we always talk about their physical play, their rebounding, their aggressiveness, but mentally, they just have a way of reaching back and getting more.
There you are, your Big Ten champions once again. For the 6th time, it's Michigan State.
Let's go! Let's go! We're not done yet, though. You know that, right? No. We're not done yet.
Next up, Michigan State Spartans, regular season champions, tournament champions,